What's going on, ballers? Thanks so much for tuning in again and welcome back to another Big J Basketball box break video. Well, today we are not breaking any boxes because we're doing a PSA submission preview video. So we got a big stack of cards in here that are going to be on the way to PSA, or actually by the time you see this video, they already will be on the way to PSA. But I like to do these submission videos in advance just to take a look at everything I'm sending in to be graded, try and guess the grade if I can, point out any flaws on any of the cards. In the background, we've got two cards that are my two favorites from the last submission. It's been a while since I've done any submissions with PSA. I got both of these back over a month ago. This Legacy Collection Alonzo Mourning 98 Flair Showcase, and my favorite Ginobili rookie in my entire PC now, Topps Chrome White Refractor PSA 9. So love that card there. Love this one here. And let's see if we can get some nice grades back on the stuff we're sending in now. So for now, let's go ahead and start looking at all the cards that are going to be in this submission. First one off the bat, picked this up recently from a ComC auction on eBay. Deni Certified Mirror Green Rookie, numbered 3 out of 5. Super rare card. Do not find these very often. This one looked in really good condition. ComC typically does a pretty good job about noting issues if there are any. There was nothing noted on this, and I took a close look at it. So would love to get a 10 on this one. Even a 9 wouldn't be the worst, just because there's actually no copies of this card graded. If you look at the pop report for this Mirror Green Rookie for Deni, there are 0 graded. So whatever grade I get, it's gonna be the first one. It's to hit the pop report. It's gonna be a pop 1, no higher, no lower. But would love to see this one come back as a 10, being super rare like that. Next card, we got another Deni. Picked this up from, I think, where was it? A DC Sports auction maybe? Got this super rare Choice Dragon rookie. I think this is a case hit from Choice, and I think it looks pretty good. So the back centering is not the best, but PSA doesn't really care about. This is probably like 30-70, honestly, but you could have a back that's 80-20 that can still get a 10. That's within PSA's thresholds. They're not as, they don't care about the back as much. And actually pulled this card out, I wanted to show the difference and the reason why I want to grade this one. This is the one copy that I already owned of this card, and I don't know how much you can tell on the video. You can probably tell pretty well that something is like the photo color looks faded on this card. It almost looks like the printer was running out of ink or something when they printed this one. This was originally a PSA 8, and I cracked it and put it in a binder, which is where it stays. But I wonder if the print quality is one of the reasons why they dinged it. And hopefully we can get a better grade on this one. Again, didn't really see anything wrong with it, so hopefully that one can come back at 10. This one I bought already graded. This was an SGC 9.5 Gold Prism 1 out of 10. Yep, 1 out of 10 on the back, so you can see the label matches the serial number there. This was a SGC 9.5, and I couldn't really find anything wrong with it. The best I can tell for why this got a 9.5 is maybe the top to bottom centering. So you can see the top border is definitely a little skinnier than the bottom border. But the way these borders work, the bottom border isn't really as defined as the left, right, or top. So I'm hoping they give me a little bit of leeway on the top to bottom on this one, because if they don't ding me for the top to bottom centering, I think this has a really good shot to get a PSA 10. This is only a pop 1 and a PSA 10 right now, so it'd be really nice to get the second one there. Got a couple Giannis cards. Haven't graded anything of him in a while, but he's having an unbelievable season right now. Like probably second only maybe to Jokic in terms of like MVP potential. And I've had really good luck grading these cards from 2021 Illusions. This was from a T-Mall box that I've been ripping a lot of. It's the red and yellow Intriguing Players. It's not numbered, but it's definitely short printed. And I really like the hollow foil accents they put on all these Illusions cards. You can see it's really shiny up there on the nameplate and the set name at the top. Probably a pretty low pop card in terms of PSA 10s in the red and yellow. So hopefully we get a 10 on that one. Got another Giannis that I'm taking kind of a chance on. Pulled this out of the Topps Chrome basketball box, the box right back there. It's unlicensed. I know everyone's gonna make fun of it for that. It's not a great, it would be a good looking card if that 34 didn't look so stupid on the front there. But it is a case hit. It's a very tough card to pull. I can't really find any sales of this card at all. So I don't even know what a raw copy would sell for, but I assume that in a PSA 10, it would probably increase the value being a case hit for Giannis, even though it's unlicensed. So maybe we can get a very low pop PSA 10 on that one. Always got to throw some LeBrons in there. This is nothing fancy. It's a yellow reactive from Mosaic, but I like that he's wearing the yellow jersey, or I guess the gold jersey. On the front, it's a really nice color match to the yellow on the card, so I think in a PSA 10 that would look pretty nice. Got some premium stock stuff. This is for, actually, I think I have a bunch of premium stock cards in here. Really like the surface effect on this one. This is, I forget what they called it in premium stock. I think it was seismic they called it, where I was in select. It was called Tectonic. This is the Hoopla Red SGA. This one's numbered to 199. So I figured numbered SGA. Looked like it had a good shot at a 10. So I figured why not throw it in there and let's see what we can get. And got some Luka inserts. These are not numbered, but they're both hollow inserts. These are not rare. I'm sure there's plenty of these hollow inserts, or I guess silver inserts, inserted into the Hoops products, or the premium stock products. But they both looked really good. Luka PSA 10 still sell really well. I looked these over front and back and everything. Centering looked really good on this City Edition. I know a lot of these had not the best centering. Sheesh, I don't really know how to tell the centering on this, but because there's no borders. But in terms of edges, corners, surface, couldn't find anything wrong with either of these. So would love to get 2 PSA 10s back on these Lukas. Another premium stock card, Kawhi trophy case. This is a case hit. And I've seen a few of these sell. I think I saw one sell, a couple sold for like 40. There's another one that sold for around 50. So $40, $50 card in raw condition. So PSA 10 should definitely bump up that value. Again, I would be, well, I shouldn't say I would be shocked if it doesn't get a 10. Anything could happen. But I couldn't find any problems with it. Centering, I'm not quite sure how to figure out the top to bottom centering. At first glance, it looks like the top might be a little thicker, but that might be just because the left and right borders are naturally thinner, which kind of, visually makes the top one appear a little bit bigger. And I looked at a bunch of these online and they all look the same in terms of centering. So I think it should be pretty good, but man, I love the scope pattern on this. So definitely hoping for a 10 on the Kawhi. Basically every card in this submission, I think, has a good chance for a 10. So hopefully we get lots of 10s back when this comes back. Scoot, I have to look up what this parallel is called. I can't remember. It's not numbered, but this was one of the more rare parallels for Prism Monopoly. Handshake or something, or I don't know if it's called Orange Handshake or Monopoly Handshake, but hopefully we get a 10 back on this one. Scoot stuff is not selling super well for the most part. He's playing okay, not really playing great, and really not up to the potential of a number 2 overall pick. So hopefully he can turn it around and play a little bit better, but I'm still going to try and get a 10 on that one. And we got another Scoot. This one kind of not have to grade this, but numbered to 175. I figure if we can get a 10 on a serial numbered card, that's definitely going to be worth it. Pulled this out of a select. Let's see, I think this was a mega box maybe. They got the purple shock or purple flash, whatever they're calling this one these days. But it looked good enough to get a 10 for me. All right, we got some Brandon Miller stuff now. I pulled 2 of these. Thunder Road Mosaic, again, not a super valuable card. And a PSA 10, probably just worth grading in a 9, probably not so much. And I'm grading both of these kind of as an experiment because the centering is slightly different on both of these. I'll try and match them up if I can. Not sure how well you'll be able to see that. But yeah, the glare on the on the card saver is kind of ruining it. But the rookie logo on this first one is slightly lower, making the top border a little bit thicker. The rookie logo on the second one's a little higher, making the top border a little thinner. And you can actually see at the bottom too. You can see like this part of the design goes further into the bottom where there's kind of more space. Like this little piece right here is just kind of barely touching the bottom, whereas this one's going down a little bit more. So I don't know if they're both within PSA 10 tolerance for top to bottom centering, or if one's more of a 10, the other's more of a 9. Hopefully they're both close enough that they both get 10s, but it would be interesting if one gets a 10 and one gets a 9. The only reason has got to be the centering, because everything else looked perfect on these. I didn't see anything with surface edges or corners. So we'll see. Maybe both 10s or maybe 110 and 19. If they both come back 9s, then I don't know what to do. Then I don't know how to grade those Thunder Roads at all. We got one more Brandon Miller. This is from Premium Stock. I pulled 3 copies of this same card, and the centering was pretty bad on most of them. This was the best centering I saw on all of them, but even this is still not perfect. It's probably maybe 55-45 left to right. Top to bottom, probably closer to maybe 60-40, like 60 top, 40 bottom. The bottom looks a little skinny, but again, it's not egregious. It's definitely better than basically every other one that I saw. So hopefully this is good enough to get a PSA 10. Didn't find anything else wrong with it other than the centering. All right, we got a bunch of Wembys now. This might be, I think there's more Wembys in this submission than I've ever had in the past. Gonna take a chance grading this one. I think in a 10 should probably still be worth it. In a 9, probably not. This was Haunted Hoops, and this is just the base. But I wonder how many of these are being graded. I'm sure there's plenty of them out there. But the way those Haunted Hoops packs were packed, they were so flimsy. Only 3 cards were packed. The card itself is really flimsy. So I would imagine there's probably a lot of these that are kind of damaged or maybe not in the best condition. But this one looked perfect to me, so I figured I would, you know what, if I got a Wemby that looks like it's perfect, might as well grade it and see what we can get. So definitely hoping for a 10 on that one. And the rest are all parallel. So we got a Jam Masters insert. This is the hollow parallel. These were selling for a ton when they first came out, but obviously there's a lot of these out there, so the prices have dropped pretty considerably in terms of raw copies, but in a PSA 10, this should still be worth a decent amount. So gonna send that one in. Got another Prism Monopoly. This one is Wemby, the Purple Waves. The Purple Waves were very common. It's definitely the most common parallel by far. But again, if I pull any kind of Wemby parallel that looks like it's gonna get a 10, I'll probably grade it. Centering looked great on this one all the way around, so be shocked if that one did not get a 10. Another Wemby parallel. This is from Select. This is the mezzanine level. This is, I think, outside of courtside. Courtside, I think, is probably the most sought after. But in terms of rarity and scarcity and what people are looking for, I think the mezzanine level is probably the second most prominent one in terms of value and all that. And this one looked really good to go. Red Ice. Again, they got this out of a mega box. Centering looked perfect on this one. Couldn't find any issues, so definitely hoping for a 10. And then the last Wemby in the batch here, pulled this out of did not get this one out of that Topps Chrome hobby box. I did have some blasters of this. Got this green out of a blaster. Round ball royalty insert. Again, unlicensed and not super rare. I'm sure prices have dipped a lot on these since the release, but in a PSA 10 should definitely still be worth grading. So we got our 5 Wembys, got a bunch of Brandon Millers, got a couple Scoots, got a bunch of premium stock inserts, got a LeBron, got some Giannis stuff, and then we got my 3 rare Deni cards going in this batch. So gonna be sending these off. Like I said, by the time this video goes live, these will already be on their way when I get these out before the holidays come. So probably won't get these back till January or February. But that's gonna do it for this video. Everything going to PSA. Hope you guys enjoyed watching this one. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you all on the next video.